Okay, everyone. On Monday, we left Hatarius, the architect, sulking in his garden for 4 days. His wife Vitellia, not quite sure what the matter with him is. We saw the contrast between the celebratory atmosphere at Salvius's house and the sullen atmosphere at Hatarius's house, and now we get to see a dialogue between Hatarius's wife Vitellia and Hatarius himself. She's going to poke her head out into the garden and see what's going on with her husband. This passage for Wednesday, lines 16 through 25, on page 194, the story entitled Dignitas. I'd like you to pay particular attention before I walk through this with you, particular attention to the verb tenses um, in this segment. Um, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hang in there with me for a second here. I'm trying to move the text. Not working out very well. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Pay attention to the verb, the indicative verb tenses in particular, and make sure you're translating them correctly. Afficaris, abegisti, dikis, laboravisti, uh, potes, possum, intelligo, intulit. Okay, beware. They're switching up the verb tenses on you quite a bit here. So we jump in. Vitellia says to her husband, Kur tanta ira. Notice the ablative. And not surprisingly, we get a passive verb after that. We saw this verb afficaris earlier in the Masada passage. I believe it was Simon said this to his mom. This time it's not um, a person affected by sadness or grief, but tanta ira. Kur tanta ira efficaris mi hateri. And then we get an et, and you may recall that et is a both and construction, and it's connecting the amicus and the clientes, which you'll notice are accusative. We don't get our main verb till the very end of the sentence, abegisti. Not surprising what person it's in, right? Because she is talking directly to her husband. So she says, et amicus et clientes qui venerunt, and then we get a ut clause within a relative clause, ut te salutarent. What has he done to his amicos and clientes? He has domo abegisti. Um, Neque unum verbum mihi hos quator dies, all these three words together, hos quator dies, that's that accusative expressing duration of time. The neque is by itself. Usually we see neque, neither nor. When neque is by itself, you're going to start with and then don't forget to put a not in there, and the not will generally go with the verb, in this case, dicus. Neque unum verbum mihi hos quator dies dicus. Sine dubio, pretty common phrase, without a doubt. Ut, we don't know what kind of ut this is yet because we don't have the main clause leading into it until after nimis laboravisti. You can probably take a guess at it, but sine dubio, ut istum arcum conficares. Nimis means too much, laboravisti. Okay, you might want to circle back after the main clause and then do the ut clause. Nimis laboravisti negligens, and remember this will take a genitive, neglecting, neglectful of, if you like, valetudinus tuae. Nonne, remember, expects a yes answer. Isn't it, or wouldn't it be, melius tibi ad vilam rusticum mecum abire. Okay, so apparently Vitellia and Hatarius own a nice place out in the country, and she's going to explain why it might be a good idea for them to go there. Nam ruri curarum oblitus. Oblitus is glossed for you. It also takes a genitive, and that is curarum. And then quiescere potes. Okay. And Hatarius is not going to have this. Quo modo ego, comma, passus, P-A-P. And pretty clear that it's P-A-P because we've got an accusative object of it. Tantum injuriam, an injury. We get the word injury from this, but injuriam, an offense, a slight. Tantum injuriam passus, quiescere possum. Not going to be able to rest and relax? No way. And Vitellius responds with Whereby tua non intellego. Notice your subject is in the verb, cluing us off to the fact that tua whereby are actually accusative objects, neuter. And then she wants to know, quis tibi injuriam intulit. That intulit, we've seen that before. This comes from infero. Okay, good luck with that little 10-liner, and I'll see you on Wednesday.